It's okay, we are live, yay! And it's Wednesday afternoon, it's 1 o'clock, and we are starting our series again on entrepreneurship. Today, entrepreneurship, exploring the mindset of entrepreneurship. Andreas here from asiaminddynamics, you know me already, and I've got a very special guest today, somebody whom you really want to ask questions as much as you want. However, let me share something, what's going on here today. So I'm doing the introduction as I do here right now. Later on, if you remember, a long time back, we promised some gifts, some presents to those people who participated the most. It was the very first session we had with Dorn of NLP Electronics. And I'm going to announce who has won the power bank. Later on, I'm going to post a picture on that one. I'm here in a very special shop, so we're going to have a tour around here afterwards, because today I'm in it's not an optician shop, right? It's an optometrist. So you can identify as well the difference between optician, blah, blah, I'm always blabbering on that one, and optometrist, because I'm here with my good friend Ao, who is an optometrist, and we are sitting in a little room here in his retail shop in Uptown. Anybody around Uptown, feel free to come here. Vision Space, Vision for Life is a place to be here right now. I've talked enough. I think I'm handing it over to Ao. Say something about yourself. Who are you? What is your business like? Nobody sees it here right now. I'm going to hold up a banner after. I've got a banner of spectacles also, my own spectacles over there. And yeah, say something about yourself.
Hi, my name is Ao. I'm an optometrist, as introduced by Andreas. Our company is Vision Space Optometrist. We are basically, from the look of it, later you have a look, that we are actually an optical shops. What are we slightly different between normal optical shops and us is that we are optometrist center, where we do more things than just checking eye powers.
The more things is what you can check out, because hey, that is your session here. So I'm just talking, I'm asking a couple of questions. We are talking about exploring the mindset of the entrepreneur. However, it's your session. Ask him any questions about eyesight. The topic was digital age. Kids, people, adults are hanging on their phones. Is it good? Is it bad? We don't know yet. We're going to hear about that in a moment, of course. Tell me about your story, because you are not an. Listen carefully. He's not an entrepreneur. He's an intrapreneur. So what is the difference, and how did you get to end up here in this shop? You can talk, but I'll check out who's there and we say hello to these people afterwards.
Maybe the definitions is different, but I started off working in this place as an employee first for the first 4 years after I graduated. To your knowing that this is my first job until now after I graduated. And then after 4 years, I started to partner with the founder of this shop.
Who's the founder?
Woon.
Woon. Hey Woon, maybe you're watching it now or you watch it later. Yeah. I do know Donovan is watching. Hey Donovan, he's a regular visitor. Hi. Watcher. Yeah, Nicole is watching. Hello Nicole. If you like, or if you think you are going to like this video, give us some likes. It's always good to have likes. Because I know, I've talked with Al before we had lunch here right now. I ate, he watched. And he's gonna share with you a lot of tips about eyesight, and in the end of that session you're gonna hear 3 or 4. He said he can talk forever about this one, about how do you protect your eyesight in this time today. Now you mentioned over lunch to me that you had certain ideas when you started off as an employee first, right? So what were the ideas?
Well, initially, as most of the graduates, when we started out working, we don't really have a very solid or clear goal. For me, my goal is quite simple: come out, work as an optometrist, learn whatever I can for the first 3 years, and then within 3 years, I need to see a change or an improvement of my career or my position in this company. So what there's one thing that I told the founder Woon when I first started working. I told him I'll be working here. I'll be working very hard and then learn everything and then contribute as much as I can. But for 3 years, after 3 years, I need to see myself change. Either in this company or I have to change myself to other place where I can further improve myself and so on. So then Woon, as a very open-minded person, he understands the need of us improving. So he actually also accept the concept of growing together. Then after about 3rd years, we started to plan a little bit about how I can fit in as a partner in Vision Space. Then about a year of preparations and so on, then I became the partner of Vision Space. Until now, I've been working for almost 9 years plus, almost 10 years.
He looks young, but he's really 10 years in the business already.
Yeah, so we have tried a lot of new things. Before that, it was just we were just one shop. We were just hanging on with one shop with all our customers and so on. Then we tried to set up another stores in SS2, where it is a bungalow. If you can check out our website, it's a house setting. Yeah. So we tried something new that there are only at that time there are only us that doing it. So it is quite adventurous to do it. So we do it anyway. And then until now, our SS2 is about 5 years plus already. Then we opened up another. 2 years ago, we opened up another one, which is in Sunway Giza. So then now we have 3 shops altogether. We have 3 partners, which is Woon. Are you checking in now? Not yet. And then also Francine Lu Hui Yi. She's also one of our partners. And of course, we also have a team of, I don't like to call them staff, I like to call them colleagues and so on. We have together with us, we have a total of 15 people in this group of companies, where some of us are optometrists, majority of us are optometrists, and some of us are coordinators, sales coordinators, as well as admin and accounts and marketing and so on.
He has mentioned about 15 different topics that we could explore for the next 2 hours. Ask him questions about eyesight, about entrepreneurship, whatever you want to ask him today. Now, what I like, 2 things I want to point out here right now, and I want to explore this with you a little bit more, is you as a fresh grad started, this is your first job here, right? So to speak as well, right? And you started up and you went to the founder, Woon, and you said, hey, in 3 years' time, I want to have a change, otherwise I leave, right? That takes guts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speak a bit louder if you can.
It
takes guts.
Yeah.
Hey, give him some hearts for these guts, okay? Okay.
Sometimes it's not about guts or anything, it's just being true to yourself. That's what I think it is most important. Shouting out loud to my teams, you are encouraged to be true to yourself. Just voice out what you want, then we can see whether we can align our directions, and then we grow together. That's the main thing. Then I think long ago, long gone, where it should be boss and staffs.
Oh, that's like 200 years ago, but it still exists in many companies.
Yeah, so
right?
And now we should be all partners, whether or not on paper we are shareholders and so on, because we are sharing the time and the space together.
Right. We are working together now. I don't know how do you actually like the idea of hey, some of you might be entrepreneurs of how
Woon.
people. That's Woon.
Yeah, that's Woon.
Let's have a shout out to Woon. Hey Woon, thanks for the awesome part. Give him a like, okay?
That's our founder 13 years ago. 13, 14
Yeah, I know him as well. He's a great guy, actually, okay? So I like it. Hey, Suki as well. And of course, Marcus. I also want to say hello to you guys. Shout out to everybody who is here. I'm here today with Al. Al is an optometrist. And I'm sitting here right now in a Vision Space, Vision for Life. That's your vision, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, some more people, all right. And you see clearer than me because you're wearing your specs. I put my specs always outside. And we are talking about Well, exploring the mindset of the entrepreneurship. It's your session. Ask questions, give us many likes. The more likes you can, of course, the better it is. Share this video across timelines, of course. So I was just sharing with me that when he started off to work here in this shop, it was about he went to Woon, who was watching us, and he said, like, in 3 years' time, I want to have a change, otherwise I'll leave. And then Woon offered you the partnership, is it?
Yeah.
Was there any major change for you regarding mindset? So today, I'm always saying that today somebody is a team player, tomorrow is a leader in company. So for you, yesterday you were an employee, tomorrow or today, then you are suddenly the boss, the partner, the authority in the shop. Was there any change for you somewhere along that line? What happened?
I guess it is not a sudden change or so. It has been nurtured ever since we get to read books and so on, and there are a lot of books that encourages us to create things, become a successful entrepreneur and so on. I didn't have much deeper thought about it, but it's just that when I come out working and things like that, I started to feel that I need to be able to be part of the planning, be in charge, because sometimes we have thoughts, we have a lot of ideas and things like that. I may have 10,000 ideas, but if I don't implement it, then I can't see the results. So this is what triggers me to come out and move up towards management level, where I get to decide the direction of where we want to go.
Right.
Setting policies down the way and then also activities that to realize what I want to achieve in the long term and short term basis.
Are you good at that?
I'm
Better than yes.
Yeah, I'm good at generating ideas.
Okay.
Of course, along the way, meeting a lot of business people like you guys, I learned a lot of things about how to measure it, how to realize it, and so on.
All right. Okay. Hey, yes, give us likes. Okay, we like the likes, don't we?
Yeah.
And the more likes we get, the better it is for us. Of course, thank you for that. Hey, it's most likely his partner doing over there. Like, it would be nice to get some generic likes from those who are watching it. Share this video. Thanks for the hearts as well. Heart makes me feel real warm here. Okay. Share this video with your friends if you are somewhere around Damansara. What's the street we're in here right now?
SS21/35. We are facing LDP, same row as Maybank.
Okay, yes, okay. Okay, that's basically it. Yeah, it's pointed up. So
that's
see how it looks
proof
like.
that we made this long ago. We really like.
We like the likes, you know. Let me hold it up as well, okay? I want to hold a good signboard here as well. Can you see that, guys? Okay, you don't see it, of course, because it's most likely I would have to point it opposite. No, it doesn't work as well. Never works, okay, with me.
Okay.
You have to turn it around against the mirror, then you're going to get it. The next point, actually, what I thought was also interesting, you mentioned in the very first stages, was that initially you started up here. How many years until you start expanding into getting new outlets, retail outlets? How many years from this original store? We are the original store here right now, isn't it? Yeah. To the next store.
Original store was started off 2004.
Okay, 2004, okay.
8 years later, only we started another second store.
Okay, 8 years later, okay.
Which is after 4 years, I joined Vision Space, do the math. Okay, then
you're not doing the math here, okay.
And then year 2015, we started Sunway Giza. Yeah, so over the span of almost 13 years, we are only having 3 stores.
Which should be solid, but what is it? I'm always on the mindset, you know that, okay, as an NLP trainer, of course, I'm checking out the mindset. The session is called Exploring the Mindset. Now, it's one thing, of course, which I like to be an employee first and then become an entrepreneur, because it's a change of mindset, of course, first. Secondly is expanding your business to different locations. What drove you to do that decision? To expand?
To expand. Basically, it's the nature of trying to be better than what we were, trying to improve from what we were. And then we find out that serving customers, number one, if we only have one shop and if we don't expand, our chances of serving customers will be limited. So then we think of, and the other thing is also getting in people. When we found out that there are capable people that can work with us and then we can grow together, we also want to expand. So I guess to entrepreneurship or to a company, growth is something inevitable.
True, must be.
So that's why we are not like many other big players out there where they expand in a higher rate, where they can have 10 shops within a 5-year span or even shorter. We are trying to grow organically as well as a little bit safer, in the sense where we want to grow until the shops is being able to sustain by itself, then only we expand. Yeah,
otherwise it would be expansion.
Yeah.
Some shops might be less profitable than others, and then you might have the losses overall.
And to us, setting up a new store takes a huge investment, because for us there are minimum requirement of certain equipments. That equipment is the biggest investment of our shops that we want to put in before we open a shop.
You have them, you're going to show afterwards if possible. Just okay, hey Jeanette, you have to see the machines this guy has here, you know. I mean, I'm a regular customer of Vision Space, together with Nachwa, my wife, and Nabil, of course, and other parts of our family are coming here as well. And it's always amazing the amount of machines, not machines, I say machines, equipment you have, bringing it, I think, from Europe as well. To really be at the top of technology, because technology, of course, is improving extremely fast. Hey, there comes a customer maybe. And technology improves extremely fast, and it's the ability to, why do you need so much equipment?
Okay.
I'm running out of what to say.
There is basically one very solid reason that a lot of us goes to check eyes. We thought that checking the eye power and then just making ourselves seeing clearly, that's it. But it shouldn't be that way. There are a lot of underlying risks that we need to rule out before we get a pair of spectacles. So that is one very simple reason that we want to check and make sure that the eyes are healthy before we prescribe a pair of spectacles. And to do that, we need to have a few equipments to really thoroughly check the eyes, back part of the eyes, and so on.
The back part of the eyes, behind the eyes, you know. I promise you that it's amazing.
Then only we can safely say that the eyes are good to go, that can put on a pair of spectacles.
The eyes are good to go. The customer stays, the eyes walk off.
Then you get to wear a pair of spectacles and enjoy the vision for the rest of the year. After that, you do the annual checkup again and again, until, if let's say we found out something at the very beginning stage, at least we get to salvage it and then treat it.
My sister-in-law is watching Jasmine. Hello. She says good morning. But she has longer nights than the rest of us, okay?
Okay.
In her type of business and what she's doing, of course. Thanks for the hugs, thanks for the likes. It would be really, really great if you're sharing this video. Give us more likes. Share this video with your friends on your timeline. Tag them in the video, because in the end of that session, we're also going to share some valuable tips about eyes. We're going to do a little tour in the shop here. And of course, you can win a prize. And you know the prize already. Actually, what is the prize? Because better you describe it than me.
I'm giving out 5.
5?
5.
Oh, you increased the number. Yesterday it was 3. We should have done it tomorrow. It would be 7. 5.
Depending on the response, I might give more.
the people liking or asking questions have the greatest chance of liking the video or sharing it. We're going to identify what is the reason. Will be the ones who might get a prize.
Basically, the prize is comprehensive eye screening. To you, you might find that, what is that? What is a comprehensive eye screening? But if you never had it done before in either hospitals or clinics, it is good to do it so that the purpose is to let you know about your eye condition and then to explain to you what will happen in the next 10 years, 5 years or next years. Then from there, we will know what to do what to do next. So it is very sort of personalized consultation that I would like to increase the awareness that the eyes is not checking power and so on. It is more than that.
Beyond that.
And then, and then sorry. And then you should know more about your eyes, about your eyes condition. Then only you know how to take care of it. Then only it can work for you.
We talked about it earlier, and what is the most amazing actually on this shop here, it's really what he underlined, it's better when I'm saying it right now as well, I hate any saying it right now, is that he's not just checking the eyes and off you go until the next customer is coming up. You are not like on a assembly line, next. What I like here in Vision Space is really, and that's why I'm fascinated with this guy here and all of his stuff, is they take care of you when the moment you are entering the shop. There's even, I think, even an area somewhere for children to play, or at least one of your retail outlets got a place, an area for children to play, which is huge, of course, because hey, kids can get bored. It's not but might be noisy. My chair moves around, a bit noisy after a while, so they get entertained. The staff takes care of you from the beginning, the moment you're entering the shop, until you're leaving the shop. And then I think it's more, it's really like, and then he's great, you know. You mentioned earlier, he's looking behind the eyes. So they have these machines on your whatever it's called, the equipment, and they're taking a picture. It tells you exactly what to do, and then you see the pictures, and you don't know. Okay, that's your eye in the back of your eyes. And of course, as a normal customer, I have no idea what I'm actually seeing. It's all like it looks like Mars or so, and strings around and black dots, and it's shocking initially because like, what is a black dot doing there? It should be all red. And this guy is amazing because he's answering your questions. Of course, he's trained most likely, but he's answering your questions before you actually ask them. So he says then, sorry I have to say that, okay, because it's better if I say that than you know. He says, so most likely you're wondering what this black dot behind here is right now. Well, that is nothing to worry about, it is. And then comes a really great explanation. But also he is discovering if something is going on within your eyes that you need to take care of. And he's not making a panic, blowing the drums, panic. He's calming you down, expertise. This shop is full of expertise, and it is you're having only 2 pairs of eyes, and it's most of the most valuable equipments you have in your overall life, I think, of course. So it's something to take care of. You need, and then you go into a shop, and you need to be able to trust the people behind. It's about trust. And if you don't have the trust, you would never quite know, is everything what has been said correct? And I trust this guy, really. So how do you, from your mouth now, because just now I was only talking, and I think it's important, you know, that you do know that. So I think it's another call for me for action, that you're sharing this video with your friends, or you bring them here. Anybody who's got issues with the eyes should go here to this shop. Really, I'm sincerely speaking like this. Yeah. But how do you, it's easy to come here, you know, and I felt really welcome from the very first beginning. So how do you manage it to build this immense trust with people immediately? How do you do that? Yeah, what's the culture like in your, not in this shop, only in all the shops?
Yeah, speaking of trust, I think that we get to from the beginning of the shops until...
Your brother says, I think Andreas says, it's because you're handsome, maybe. So, no, say something. Okay.
Part of it. Okay, yeah, basically, trust is one very essential element that we get to stay in the industry until so long.
Yeah, so
we pretty much rely on our trust of our customers to come back to us, to refer customers to us until now. So basically, we always review ourselves how are we getting the trust from our customers? Why our customers like us? It all goes down to the sincerity of wanting to, the honesty of explanations towards the eye care part, as well as the sincerity of wanting to make sure that the visions and the eyes are okay for long. So that's just a very basic principle. Absolutely. That keeps us going. So then our customers get excited with us with all those equipments and so on, but they have to trust us. Then only they will keep coming back.
Okay. Your session.
Yeah.
Ask questions. What is this when somebody is starting to work in a company like yours? Two questions. Let me ask you a question. First of all, you mentioned earlier culture of people. What is some of the characteristics you are looking for in people who would be able to work with you?
Honestly speaking, people like us who are opening up businesses, practice as an optometrist, stores and so on, we don't really have backgrounds of business or business management or economies and so on. So we truly learn a lot during the years and so on. To me, very layman, the first criteria of getting a person to join us is about being kind, actively being kind.
How do they do that?
How do they do that? Sometimes we ask a few questions about what do they do normally. Are they helping people, or they joining associations helping people and things like that. So sometimes it's also based on how we feel the person of being kind. And then next, to be a little bit more technical, of course, the heart of wanting to practice professionally. Professional comes first, as in like you really will want to polish this part of your career. So hard to practice professionally. Whether or not you are skillful at the beginning doesn't matter, but if you want to practice it this way, of course you will improve from there.
Do they have to have an expertise in eyes, spectacles, and whatever?
Yeah, basically for those who are able to test eyes over here in our shop, we must make sure that they are qualified optometrists, that they graduate.
Gina, stay on. I gotta say something about you in a moment. Okay, keep going.
That they have to be graduates, basically a degree holders of Bachelor of Optometry.
Okay.
To be able to because for us this kind of course, we don't just study about checking eye power. We study about the eyes from the beginning of our birth all the way up to when we die, how it progressed and so on. What are the diseases, and how the eye specialists treating all kinds of diseases. So these are our main study subjects. So we definitely need this kind of people that can help us on taking care of the professional part.
Okay.
Taking care of our customers.
Do you also hire people that have no ideas about eyesight for other work of yours here?
Yeah, we also do that. But when we hire them, we will also do a series of training to get them into knowing eyes, how it works. First of all, we also get them into understanding the importance of eye care, taking care of the eyes and so on. If they believe in it, then they will stay longer with us. Because there are a few things, even say for example, there are technical parts where spectacles, how to fit the lenses in and so on. If you're just doing for the sake of completing a job, then you might just simply fit in the lenses, and then people who are checking eyes, making sure everything is alright, and then towards the end point that you need to dispense the spectacles out, and it is wrong because of the technical person, then of all the effort, it is wasted. Okay. So the technical person has to know the importance of being accurate. If not, it will affect certain things and so on. So that is why we also train them about the seriousness about being accurate and so on.
I'm actually disappointed right now. Angie is saying, "Oh, hello, Owl the handsome," and to me she just said, "Hello, Andreas." My heart breaks. Okay, I gotta.
Some guys will be laughing at the handsome part.
Absolutely, okay. Share this video. Hey, I have not any question asked so far. Ask any question with regard to eyesight, with regard to eyes in the digital space area. Space, I always say vision space, huh? Eyes everywhere, retail space. Ask those questions. Ask those questions. Thank you very much, Sean, for the obviously. My sister-in-law is laughing away. I'm not sure if I unfriended you afterwards. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, tell me about a success. What was it? What was your aha moment, or wounds as well, of course? What was you built that business, you've made it happen, you expanded, but somewhere along that line, was there a moment when you realized, hey, you're gonna make it?
Okay. The aha moment doesn't come immediately, like straight away, things like that.
I'm gonna check my hairstyle first now.
Yeah. Throughout the years, we always always thinking, what should we do? Where are we going and things like that. So we found out that basically we just have to practice the way we should practice. That is one of the aha moment where because in our industry now, there are still a lot of shops, sorry to say that doesn't really practice fully in terms of optometry and things like that. But I'm sure that slowly we'll be moving towards that. So currently, so then we think back, are we going to expand in terms of the products or in terms of the designs of the shops and things like that? So then we found out that one thing that is very crucial, it's just looking back towards the professionalism as well as the customer service, because we enjoy being friends with our customers, our clients for a long term, as long as possible. That we have seen people who stays with us for over 10 years and so on. So those are the things that push us, keeping us moving, that we cannot stop. Because if our customer, say for example, if they are at their 20 years old and their eyes are fit, healthy and young, no problem, but 20 years later they might have small issues started. But if at that time we are not there and nobody else that can help to solve the problems, then it will be a bit sad for the person. So that is what keeps us moving, making sure that this is going to be a long-term thing.
Okay. Sean is saying the video stalled, not on our side, so you're okay, Sean. Must be on your side, I don't know. Gina is asking a good question, actually. Let me check it out where the question is. Gina was asking, hold on, are there any, you can't mention names of course, but she was asking, are there any quack operating in the industry? She experienced recently a dentist. We had a quack dentist recently. Oh, the lady from YouTube, right? Not sure if you read about it, who was dentistry. She learned her skills from YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Are there any, is your industry regulated?
It is on paper regulated, but
on paper.
It is more about something like the enforcement. We are not big, but our industry, we have roughly about 5,000 shops in Malaysia, but we don't have enough optometrists to practice professionally, probably about 2,000 or less. And some of our optometrists, they are working in hospitals, clinics and so on.
Wow, okay.
So the amount of optometrists in optical shops are so much lesser, probably about less than 20% in the shops. But it will be growing because there are more institutions, universities producing graduates with optometrists, and a lot of those shops that initially doesn't have qualified optometrists, they are also sending their children to study optometrists to take over the businesses. So
okay.
It is all in all, in our industry we are progressing towards a higher standard, which like those established countries where you eventually you'll be only getting your eyes checked by qualified optometrists.
Right.
They are just like your GP doctors. Then after that, you get the prescription, go to see your opticians or your technicians to help you to prescribe a pair of spectacles. Yeah. There are also a lot of respectful opticians. They are upgrading their skills to get on par with the standards of the eye care, because they also notice that it is very important.
Is it a fast-moving industry?
It
With
is
regard to skill development?
Skill development, of course, it is a fast-moving industry, because we have a lot of suppliers also, as in like our contact lens suppliers, our spectacle lenses supplier. They understand the importance of eye care more and more. They are also pushing it together with our association, the Association of Malaysian Optometrists. Together, we of course won't involve heavily into it. That we are pushing the optometrist standards upward.
Okay, Woon is actually saying something like, Vision Space Optometrist with Jedi Masters, like Sean checks their eyes. They must know each other. But Sean is asking a good question, which I think might be burning for many people in Malaysia now, or even overseas. I'm not sure if the difference exists between in Malaysia or overseas. There's a difference between optometry and optician. What's the difference? Which I think most people get a bit confused around that one. They look at the specs like this and they're like, it's an optometrist, it's an optician.
Until now, there are people who call us optician, which is we don't really actively go and correct it. There are differences between opticians and optometrists, mainly the way we practice, as well as what we learn from our study time. Opticians are basically more towards technical stuffs, like how a pair of spectacles is done, how the lenses should fit into the lenses, the frames, and so on. Not so much at the back part of the eyes. So and then if you say standard wise, they are more towards advanced degree or advanced certificate or diploma status. But of course, there are also a lot of channels to help them to upgrade their professionals. And as for optometrists, we, like what I mentioned earlier, we studies about the back part of the eyes, children's eyes. If you notice, sometimes when you go to certain optical shops, that they don't check eyes for children aged 7 and below. Majority of the shops, they will ask you to go to see an eye specialist to get the eyes checked.
In hospital then, for example.
In the hospitals.
Okay.
And most hospitals, it's either eye specialists check them or optometrists who are like us, who are checking the children's eyes. Because it is different from checking adults' eyes. So we learn about that. We learn about how the eyes grow. Age 1 eyes compared to age 21 eyes, it is different. So we learn about how it grows, what are the things to avoid so that the eyes will develop as it is in a good way towards adult and so on. So these are the differences. Then optometrists also be supposedly being able to screen certain eye diseases like cataract.
Not treating it, huh?
Yeah, not treating it. Cataract, glaucoma. If we are the frontliner, we are the primary eye care. So if we detected certain things like this at an earlier stage, we will consult the patients or the clients or the customers, and then after that we will also refer them if it is needed to eye specialists. Then it takes away a big chunk of the work from the eye specialist. You know, sometimes in Malaysia, this is how it is still. When you have eye problem other than spectacles, you will straight away make an appointment with eye specialists and then go to see eye specialists. And then the eye specialist found out that it's just a small issues, we just monitor it, or it's just your spectacle issues, then you come back to optical shops and so on. So this is how it is happened in Malaysia. But places like Japan and so on, when you cannot walk into an eye specialist center, you have to get a referral letter.
Wow.
Referral letter will be coming from either GP doctors or people like us, optometrists. So we are the frontliner to screen off everything and then making sure that everything is alright. either you need to change your spectacles or you need a further specialized investigations, then we will direct you to the right area. So that is the difference between opticians, optometrists, and eye specialists, which is called ophthalmologists.
Ophthalmologist. Okay, check out that name. Today I'm sitting here with Al of Vision Space in his outlet, retail outlet in Uptown. I would like to, about a couple of weeks ago, we had our first session with Danny Ng of APR Electronics. At that time I was saying, okay, the person who is asking the most questions, best questions, will get a prize, and I'm happy to announce, I hope she's still there, that actually, and I'm posting the picture later on, of course, that Gina Ng, not Gina E, not Gina Ng. I nearly married you to somebody else, Gina. Okay, Gina, you have won the prize! Yay! Next week I announce the award winner of the person who actually won the printer when I had the interview with Sunny. You also have a prize today. So talk a little bit about your prize.
The prize is comprehensive eye screening. We will have
comprehensive eye screening is about worth how much approximately? Listen.
Okay. For us, currently it's going. The price is going to increase, but currently it's at 50 ringgit. But if you get it screened in a lot of those private hospitals and so on, it will be in certain cases more than 200 ringgit. It is an about 1 hour session where we get to check the eyes thoroughly, and then you get to ask questions about how are we going to get the solutions best for your eyes, for your lifestyle, and for the next 20 years, 30 years of the life.
Wow, that's a good prize, isn't it? Give him a like for this one, all right? And if you would like to have a tour across his retail outlet in a moment, also type in a yes in the comment section if you want to see how the outlet looks like. See some of the machines, you can see the equipment, right? We can take a look at it in just about a moment.
On the pictures.
I would like to ask a question. So share this video if some people would like to have either the prize or experience an outlet tour through an optometrist shop. Talk a little bit about the danger of the internet to the eyes now. It's one of your favorite topics.
Yeah.
We talk about it a lot, and I think it's of interest to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Because the internet is fantastic. In the news, you're always saying like most people only watch the phone or whatever for 1 or 2 hours. I think is way too little. I think they're forgetting a zero sometimes. Some people can watch it for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours in a row. So talk about the dangers and what can we do about it. Now that's the topic, huh?
There are a few things that is on big problem in our industry now, which is one is of course short-sightedness in children, that the power is going up. If you have children that facing that problems, I can elaborate a little bit further. Let's talk about digital devices towards our eyes. One very popular topic nowadays is about the blue lights. Blue lights that it's part of our visible light. If you imagine, okay, once we disperse our visible lights into colors, we have rainbow colors, right? So blue lights is the one that is closer to UV light. Everybody knows UV light, right? UV light is the one that will be damaging our skin, eyes included, and so on. So that's why when we go out under the sun, we apply sunscreens or hat and things like that, just to protect our skin from damaging by UV. So UV is one thing that is also damaging the eyes. But some of all the years we have been not knowing that apart from UV lights, there is another light that is also not good for the eyes, which is blue lights. But to be very specific, it's not really just blue lights, because blue lights, certain parts of the blue lights has benefit to our eyes. If you want to know, you let me know. We talk about
type in the questions, okay, or in the comment section if you want to know more about the blue lights, which is good for our eyes.
In fact, there are people who are looking at blue lights relationship with cancer. let's talk about the blue lights that is harmful to the eyes first. We call it violet light, where it is closer to UV. It is of high energy. So when it goes to our eyes, it strains our eyes the most. Just
That
as
is when you're
simple as
staring
that.
at the handphone, isn't it?
Yeah. Why do we talk about digital devices? Is that our screens, our digital devices has a lot of those kind of blue lights because it makes things clear. So that's why screens will have a lot of that. Then you will start to notice that our iPhones and so on will start to have those dimming the blue lights that you turns the screen into yellow and so on. In the market, there are also a lot of those screen protectors coming out to protect the blue lights, as well as spectacles will have the blue lights protector coating that helps to reflect away those harmful blue lights. So these are the things that is silently or quietly damaging our eyes. How bad it is, there are a lot of cases where at young age, okay, let's talk about in the general first. Of course, you'll be knowing some of the people who are at their age of 70, 80s, or even as early as 60s, they have eye problems, that their eyes degenerated, the nerves not working so well. Some even got partially blind or blinded because of those kind of diseases. Those is due to long-term usage of the eyes. Some people, their eyes degenerate faster, some people degenerate slower, some people don't even get to feel the impact of degenerations before they pass on. So those are the things. But blue lights helps to bring it earlier.
Helps.
Yeah.
Actually, accelerates is a better word, not helping.
Yeah. Blue lights makes it makes this kind of disease appears earlier. It makes the degenerations faster. Why? Because it strains the eyes the most. Just like when you, just like a car, you can have a 5 years car, but you already drove it for about 500,000 kilometers. It might not work as well as another 5 years car, which is only driven 50,000 kilometers. Those kind of things. So if your eyes are exposed to blue light the most, you might get those kind of troubles of eye diseases earlier. And there are cases like this happening to
What's
those.
the youngest patient? Client? Customer?
The youngest that okay, it is not happening in this practice. We haven't really seen people who got blind due to long-term exposure of blue light, yes. But we have seen cases that is happening at 22 years old or even 30 plus years old adults. And over here what we notice is that sometimes during our checkup, we also check that is a very early sign of degenerations on adults that is age of 30. So then we will advise them about how to avoid it, because you might not get the problem straight away even if we detected changes at the back part of the eyes. So then it doesn't mean that you don't have to do anything until the problems comes out, the impact comes out. You have to do things immediately, because changes at the nerve, it is very hard to return it back to the normal stage.
True.
What we can do is more of like slowing the damage or stopping the damage at that point. So of course we want to preserve as much as possible. So there in the markets, there are a lot of products that helps to protect the eyes from blue lights. You just have to Google it a little bit, or even you can come over here, I can explain a little bit further. But the main thing is about controlling your screen time, your exposure towards your digital devices. Especially,
what's a good time?
Okay, it's very hard to say, because there are people who spend 8 hours a day staring at the PCs and so on. Those are something very bad. But one thing that you can do is getting the protections and so on. But by saying controlling the screen time, it is more of like those unnecessary phone time. So whenever you can get off your phone screens,
Not now, I still keep watching, okay?
just make it an effort and a habit. Probably you can explain a little bit more about habits, how to drill it in, to just get rid of it. But one very crucial thing is that never ever look at your phone in the dark, especially at night.
Why?
One thing is that when we off the lights, our eyes opening, which is what we call pupil, P-U-P-I-L, it gets bigger. So when it gets bigger, it allows more, screen times, allows more lights goes in. So instead of looking at the phone at the brighter area for 1 hour, if you look at the phone at the dimmer area for 1 hour, you are like looking at the phone in the brighter area for maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Wow.
So the effects is like 4 times, 5 times. Yeah, accelerated.
Wow, okay.
So you can't afford to do that for years because the impact will be coming back to you.
We are at 40 minutes, so give us maybe a tip on, you mentioned this one time, a tip on how to relax the eyes, and then we do a tour around here.
There are a few things. Basically, the simple one, okay, there is no magic. It is always going back to basic. For those who no choice have to face the computer for long hours, what you have to do is just make it cut it into small breaks, intervally. Let's say if you are facing the computer like 8 hours a day, every 20 minutes, if you can, just give it a break for 20 seconds. Just stay away 20 feet away for 20 seconds. It is very famous now, 20, 20, 20, but it might not be easy to do it. But
it's a habit.
yeah. But if you get to if you get to do it, you'll be very good, benefiting your eyes for the rest of the life. And all little small things. So 20, 20, 20, 20 minutes, rest 20 seconds by staring away 20 feet away. So
20 feet away.
Why 20 minutes? Maybe you won't do it because why 20 minutes? Can I do it 30 minutes? Can I do it 1 hour? It is because our eyes can work very well looking at near for 30 minutes biologically. So if let's say we exceeded 30 minutes, our eyes are straining. So if you want to rest, it takes a longer time to rest and to get back to the peak performance period. So 20 minutes before you go into tiredness, you rest a while, then it is like a loop that you get to always recharge your eye. So it might even improve your performance, your work performance. So
because you all have experience, the eyes get tired, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you rest every 1 hour, you might need to rest half an hour. So you do the math, which one is more effective and time saving. So that's one tip.
That also means when somebody watches a video or a movie, online, for example, with Netflix or so, they would actually have to break the movie into chunks after 20 minutes, press a pause, look somewhere.
If there is advertisements
right
in between, good. Then you get to rest for a while.
Absolutely. Okay, we don't want to. It's not any advertiser here. I'm always actually saying, that you should look into greenery. So if you can, not just stare anywhere, but if your eyes get tired, look outside. Look at a beautiful tree in front of your house, something green to refresh your eyes. And I think it has also significance. I think.
You just put in outdoor activities as your weekly routine. Then it will solve everything. Because people will be talking about, do I need to exercise my eyes? Do I need to do this, do that? If you rest intervally and you do outdoor activities once a week or even more, 3 times a week, you're actually working your eyes. When you are out in the green or you're outdoor, you start to move your head around, your eyes around, to just look around. So why do we need to do that? It is just as simple as increasing the blood circulations to send more oxygen to the eyes so that the eyes doesn't age that fast. As simple as that. But when you are working in front of computers and things like that, our very common problems that we are facing is dryness, dry eye. So there are a lot of things that you can do. Probably I'll just teach one of the way. It is just as simple as just rubbing your hand, your palms, until you feel the heat. Rub as hard as possible. Then you just cover it in front of your eyes for about 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Then if you do it every 20 minutes, you are like doing two things at once that you can help to take care of your eyes.
Massaging your eyes.
Yeah.
Hey, if you like the tips, useful, isn't it? Because the eyes are really valuable, of course. Would you like to see a tour? So are you ready to show a little bit of the shop around? We've got a couple of visitors. Right? I could see. Yes, we do it like this, simple like that.
This one.
Okay, where is the button? Oh, okay, here we go. So show us around now. You walk ahead and I show where we go.
First of all, this is our showroom.
That's the overall showroom. Hold on, let's go to the entrance and start up like we are starting in. Okay, here is a door. We are at the door here right now, the entrance. Okay. We would go into the shop like this. Yeah. What do we have to see?
This is just a showroom and also where we talk to our customers, helping our customers to choose frames and so on.
Let's take a look at the frames here.
So it looks like typical optical shops.
That's a typical optical shop. Now I can see myself again in the mirror. All right, okay. Now we're getting to, whom do we see there?
This is
one
of my optometrists.
Hello, say hello to these beautiful ladies.
Jacelyn, Yan Yi.
Okay, they're helping out here, they're partners, they're working here.
Yeah.
One is your wife. Which one is your wife? Stay, the wife please hold, yes.
Yeah. She's the manager.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Yan Yi is also our optometrist.
All right.
They are very good in helping to take care of the shops.
Yes, it's worthwhile coming here, right, isn't it? Okay.
And those are contact lenses.
Okay, still very normal. All right, now we get into the gist of things. Yay.
This is...
oh, that's a mask, the eye.
This is the testing rooms.
Testing room, okay. What do people have to do?
Basically, these are the testing powers and things like that. We do it manually because manually is still by far the most accurate and most perceivable, comfortable prescription that we can get.
All right, okay, okay.
Instead of computer. Yeah. So
then people sit here.
Yeah. We have machines over
and
here.
And then comes the machines. Yep.
Take care of the eyes for contact lens users.
Okay.
To your informations, we especially contact lens wearer, we don't just check eyes for powers. We have to make sure that the eyes are in good conditions so that they get to wear contact lens as long as possible.
So okay, they get, where's the machine I'm always wearing? That's the opposite side, right? Yeah. I got to look from here, isn't it?
This is where we test. This is.
And you put it there, okay.
It goes to the face of patients.
Okay.
And patients will be putting their face here.
All right.
And we're checking. This is just to check the front part of the eyes.
Okay.
Magnified it a little bit so that we get to see it in details.
All right.
These machines basically check the curvatures, the shape of the eyeball.
Oh wow!
It helps in fitting contact lenses. Sometimes even troubleshooting. Why is it my contact lens is not comfortable? Why is it that I'm not feeling right with my contact lens? Is it something wrong? Then you do this kind of test to just investigate.
Okay, and then they get. Can we show that picture there? So that is a picture I mentioned to you earlier, which can be scary for somebody who does not know what it is. That's the back of an eyeball, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the back of the eyeball. We'll go to this one and just show you.
I don't want to show the picture there. That is basically confidential information here right now. Okay. So I'm going to show the machine until I was ready.
Show this one first.
Okay, I'll show this one first. Okay.
This is the machines that take the back part, the photo of the nerve inside the eyes.
The photo of the nerve, so the person is sitting on this chair here, and we are putting our face against this thing here, and then I was telling us 1, 2, 3, snap! No smile, but snap or whatever. No, he doesn't say that. Okay, it's me right now.
A lot of people would thought that this is the machines that takes the power. It is actually not. It is to check the back part of the eyes that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
So what do they take is...
Can we show this now, or we'll show you just the air condition? I got a nice cool air condition here. Okay. Oh, Gina is saying the stuff looks so pleasant. I like icons, and they will start speaking poor English and colored hair, so tacky. Well, that you continue there. I'm going to show these two ladies again for you, Gina only. Okay. All right. Okay. And now let's move to Kenya.
Okay.
Ken?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm only having the screen on now. No names, is that name anywhere?
This is
you don't want to show a name?
This is the one that mapped the eyes. This is the front part of the eyes. So we map the eyes to see which part is, whether is it in the normal shape.
Okay.
As simple as that. And then we also screen for certain front part eyes problem. Then just now that machine helps to take the photo at the back part of the eyes.
All right. Okay.
So this is the nerve area where it is like the camera sensor, where they sense whatever lights that goes into the eyes, and then they process it, and they send all the informations through this part, and this part goes to the brain.
Okay.
Then the brain will process it. Then the brain will tell you what you are seeing.
All right. See. Okay.
So we are looking at the blood vessels, and then this part is the parts that you mentioned earlier.
The black part.
And the black part. It is a lot of people will be worried about why is it black, but it is naturally good as it is in the structure. So it is normal as it is. So this is the part where we see colors the most.
Oh, I
we,
see.
we
Okay.
don't want any degeneration starting here.
I see.
Because even if a single, let's say about this size of the dots here, will affect majority of the part of the vision.
Okay.
Just imagine a big patch that is blocking
Oh,
right
yeah,
in front,
of course.
and things like that. So these are the things that we want to check.
That's amazing, and it's scary looking, and it's
even
very
slowly
wow.
go. Yeah. So the good part about this machine is not cheap. The good part about this machine is that we get to show it. So then people will appreciate their eyes more. They get to understand, oh, my eyes is just naturally get to see things.
Right.
It has the structures, and then the structures sometimes can go bad and things like that. So this is how we can clearly explain to people.
I see. Anything else you want to show us? That's fascinating, isn't it, guys? Wow.
Yeah, and then just now the room that we are talking inside.
Okay.
We have the eye pressure test.
Want to go there again?
Let's go.
Let's go to the eye pressure test. What is the eye pressure test doing?
They are screening for things we call glaucoma.
Which machine is that? Oh, that is such a small machine. So
Yeah, it's
looks like an iron.
no, it's done. It is where you measure the eye pressure.
All right.
And this should be done yearly, especially
I
for
see.
those who are above 40 years old.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because we don't know when the eye pressure will go up. So consistency is the key. So we need to make sure that every year that our eye pressure is stable. And even if the eye pressure started to go up, we don't really notice it.
Right.
We don't feel the pain and so on.
Okay.
So and then we will slowly lose our eyesight.
Right.
Without us knowing until it gets very serious. So
All right.
That's why a lot of things that you're not aware of, but you need to do the regular checkup. Just like the teeth. And if you don't do a regular checkup, you never know there is a decay coming up until you feel the pain. But sometimes it's too late that you need to pluck it off.
Put something on it. Yeah.
Pluck it off. You can get a fake one, and you still get to chew.
Chew.
But unfortunately, eyes, if you pluck it off, there's nothing else.
There's nothing else left behind, huh?
Maybe for another 50 years, or maybe 20 years that will come, or even if the technology flies, then maybe 15 years. So we have to hang on until then, that maybe we can get a bionic eyes.
All right, last picture I want to show is, okay, why eye exam is important. All right, so you can read this.
Those are
Well, that's just generic information, isn't it?
contact lenses and so on.
Okay. All right, guys, thank you very much. Let me just put myself back and now back. So here we are with my fingers in the middle. Thank you very much for watching. Again, share this video. Thank you very much, Al, for being with me today, for this useful information. And
Thanks.
bye-bye, guys. Thank you so very much. Okay, speak to you soon.